A very good afternoon to one and all gathered here. Thanks for accepting our invite and honoring this occasion. So on behalf of Team SMS, we once again welcome you all to this webinar. So the webinar session would be for 45 minutes. So during the course of the webinar, if anybody has any questions to raise, and you can always ask us at the end of the webinar. So we have a Q&A session after the webinar is over. So let's straight start the webinar. So the speaker for today is myself, Stalin Lakshmikantan. So I'm handling Tulox for the past 5 years. So I'm associated with Swedish ME Steel, and I'm going to take the webinar for today. And the topic for the day is, as you all would know, it is the usage of pre-hardened steel in cold forming applications. To summarize what exactly you're going to get out of the webinar. So we'll brief you about both Swedish ME Steel, the company which I represent, as well as SSAB, the mill which produces the material, which we're going to see in detail. The material, Tulox, how it has been produced. Since it's been in pre-hardened material, what is the different machining parameters which is involved and how it is going to save your time and money. We will also do a comparative study between Tulox and conventional steel grades. And parallelly, at the end, we will do a comprehensive case study of all the press tool where Tulox has been already being used, both within the country as well as across the globe. Okay, Swedish ME Steel. So we supply special steel and complete wear solution in the Middle East and Indian subcontinent. So we are based out in Bangalore and with offices in Pune and our customers throughout the country. Swedish ME Steel offers highly local and highly technical service. We have a strong 20-year-old relationship with SSAB, and we have been all along known for offering Swedish products. Okay, so what is Tulox? Tulox is a multi-purpose, ready-to-use engineering steel. It is based on a high-strength, low-alloy concept. It is available. I would request everyone to kindly mute yourself so that if you have a trouble-free experience. Thank you. So Tulox is available in two different grades, Tulox 33 and Tulox 44. Tulox 33 being delivered with 300 BHN with a toughness of 100 joules. And Tulox 44 is delivered at 45 HRC with a toughness of 30 joules. So it is being produced by SSAB, who are known for producing advanced high-strength steels, quenched and tempered steel, with all the Tulox being produced in Sweden. And Swedish ME Steel is the exclusive provider for Indian subcontinent and Middle East. So as I had already informed that it is available in two different grades. Parallelly, it is available in two different forms also, both in the form of plate as well as in the form of bars. And both are being locally available in our Bangalore stocks. This is the mill in Sweden, just a pictorial view of how mill it is situated just at the banks of the sea. So each and every single bar and every plate is being tested, and each and every single piece of Tulox 44 which you will get from us, it will accompany a TC from the mill. and each and every bar has been tested for its mechanical properties as well as the chemical properties. So all the properties of the metal has been guaranteed. That's what you get from Tulox. So as you can see that this is in Tulox 44 material. So the hardness being 456 BHN, which is approximately 45 HRC. So the toughness values around 26 to 29. So, and you can see that the tensile and the yield values being given along with the elongation values. So adding to that, you have the chemical composition values. And you have the plate, the thickness of the plate and the material ID. So if at all you feel that the metal, whatever you're buying is not Tulox, so then you can always backtrack your material. So each and every single bar has been tested and each and every single plate has been ultrasonically tested. So whatever forms that you get, you can be rest assured that the metal is Tulox. And
hello, hi Stalin. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, Akash.
Yeah, actually, we are not able to see the slides. Actually, can you please reshare the PPT?
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, now perfect. Yeah, thank you.
It's sharing now?
Yeah, now it's perfect. It's showing.
Yeah. Sorry for that. So as we were discussing on the test certificate of the material, so we make sure that Tulox has the world's largest testing facility in Sweden. So we make sure that all the parameters, whatever been inculcated into the TC, is being given to all the customers without any issues. So Tulox is being produced with blast furnace. It doesn't follow the age-old electric arc furnace methodology. So this gives the rough entire R&D of what is happening in the manufacturing of the plate. So as you can see that the red hot plate has been water quenched and it turns into room temperature within a matter of seconds. So this is where the entire R&D of the metal happens. So depending upon the different thicknesses of the plate, at which angle, how much was the quantity of water being quenched, that all decides the properties of Tulox. So as seen, Tulox is a multi-purpose steel. So you have in 45 HRC material, with high strength, as also with high toughness. So this unique combination of all the three, which helps you out in using this similar grade of material in different engineering applications. So as you can see, it can be used in your plastic molds, it can be used in cold forming, and it can be used in hot forming also. And various engineering applications also you can use it. So as the webinar topic goes, so today we will be solely concentrating on cold forming applications. Sorry. So these might be the common cold forming grades that you would be using. D2, D3, D6, CalMax. So if you use your application wisely and depending upon what you expect out of the material, then it's possible to replace Tulox with all the grades whichever whichever has been shown here. So you'll be able to replace with two locks. So that is the advantage of using the material, that there is one grade available. So if the application is being chosen wisely, depending upon what you want out of the material, then it is very much possible to use the same Tolox grade even for your D2 as well as for your CalMax, or even as well as for your D3. So let's see during the course of the webinar how exactly it's been done. So when you take a die in two parts, what the metal has to offer you both at the surface level, at the matrix level. First, at the surface level, the metal has to resist different types of wear. It has to provide you high surface quality as well as the finish, and it should be suitable for surface engineering. Since the metal is 45 HRC, so you might be having question, okay, fine, my application ranges from 58 to 60 HRC, at times even it goes up to 65 HRC, what am I to do? So whether the metal is suitable for any additional treatment, where the metal is very much suitable for additional treatment. So these are all at the surface level, and at the matrix level, the metal should be able to resist your chipping and cracking. It should be able to carry the forces of the service load, and it should also give dimension and shape stability. And last but not the least, it should be friendly to various workshop processes. Let's delve into some of the failure mechanisms in cold forming. What are the general failure mechanisms that you encounter on a day-to-day basis? First one is the abrasive wear, which everyone would be knowing this kind of wear. It has been caused by material working against the tool surface. So it usually happens with the scoring. So it is a common problem that you usually associate with. And point number two is the adhesive wear, or which we call as galling. It usually is caused by friction and other between two sliding surfaces. The third one is called chipping. So this is caused mainly by the micro cracks initiated in the surface propagating. And third one is the plastic deformation caused by yield strength of the tool steel exceeding the normal value. And cracking is caused by low toughness in the micro and the macro structure, and that also propagates into a total failure also. So if you have any tool steel right now, the cold working tool steel where you face an issue of cracking per se, there Toolux 44 can immediately replace into that particular item. Because Toolux 44, as we had already discussed, it comes up with not only high hardness, it also comes up with higher toughness. So this higher toughness helps you in resisting against crack, both at the micro level as well as the macro level. This is the adhesive wear test just been done. So you can see both the scoring area as well as the without any So let's see what are the factors which is affecting the adhesive wear. So main important factors being the contact pressure. So you can check whether your pressure is high or low. The quality of the tool surface that you use. You can decide based on whether the tool surface is rough or smooth. And relative sliding velocity. You can check whether it is too fast or whether it is too slow. And additional elements separating the surfaces, the kind of oxides and lubricants that you use. So these are some of the areas where it is affecting your wear. And so this picture gives you an very great idea of how homogeneous the material is. So More than the metal being high hard, high tough, as well as high strength material, it is also homogeneous material so that you can machine it in whatever direction that you wish. And you can also be able to finish tighter tolerances. So this is a 4-meter long gear rack, and the flatness demands is that you're able to get in flatness of up to 0.1 for a length of 1 meter. So this gives you an idea of how much time does in Trulux 44, which is pre-hardened at 45 HRC, takes when compared to an regular annealed H13 material or H13 or D2, or you can take whatever material you want. So we have tested based on H13, and what does it say? So since it's an 45 HRC material, so there is no need of 2 times of programming. At annealed as well as after heat treatment, you need to do another set of programming. Here, Trulux 44, it's only one set of programming. And you can directly go for your fine CNC, where you have to go for your rough and fine CNC in H13. And Trulux 44 being and 45 HRC material, you will find that the EDM time to be a little bit higher side when compared to your annealed material, which is understandable. So taking into consideration everything, what you find is from raw material to the finished stage, you find that the total manufacturing time is drastically reduced by around 25 to 30% when using Trulux 44 when compared to your regular material. And mind you, this is in addition to, this is not in considering the heat treatment time as well as the amount being spent. That's all extra. Simply for the material, for it to be changed from raw material to the finished stage, you will find that the manufacturing time is being reduced gradually by 25 to 30%. Now, this is a very enormous benefit for you when you do it. Now, let's look at these different surface engineering that can be done with Trulux 44. So, as we had already discussed that Trulux is available at 45 HRC. So, okay, fine. If I require my material to be at 58 HRC, 60 HRC, or 65 HRC, what am I to do? So, you have different processes which we can do. Of course, the vacuum heat treatment is ruled out. It is already heat treated material. You can do whatever surface treatment possible in the material. So for that you have nitriding, PVD coating, induction hardening, and also you have laser hardening. So this is a graph which we have done for nitriding of both the Trulux 44 and Trulux 33 grades. So depending upon the surface hardness and the hardening depth that you require, you can choose the soaking time and the temperature. So depending upon your usage and your application, you can decide what exactly you want out of the material. So this guide would be very much beneficial for you when you do nitriding. Induction hardening with Trulux 44 is also a very interesting combination, particularly due to the high yield strength of Trulux. So with induction hardening of Trulux 44, the hardness what you can achieve is 55 to 57 HRC with a depth of hardness being 2 to 4 mm. So these are the parameters which we are done. This is a short video of Trulux 33 dia. So as you can see, the effective hardness depth is 4.02 mm with a surface hardness of 55 to 56. So this is a laser hardened piece of your shear blade. So as you can see, I mean, the laser beam width, you can decide what is the beam width you want on the particular of on the edge of the blade, how much you want, that you can adjust and you can decide. So let's look at some of the machining parameters for Tulox 44. So there is some mold maker available in Europe, known Hasco. So they have included Tulox in their own brochure for usage, and they have done extensive tests with the machining also. So these are some of the points which has come out of their testing of the material. So some of the turning recommendation. Some of the tapping recommendation. Some of the drilling recommendations for Tulox. So, I mean, what you find is we have an extensive brochure for all the machining parameters of Tulox, and we can share it to all interested. And it is not necessarily that you, because since it's been done on a global workhouse, you will find that the suppliers all from European origin. So it doesn't necessarily to be having only the European origin cutting tool member. So you can ask your regular cutting tool supplier to provide with equivalent nomenclature of the tools, which should be able to do the job for you. So this is in high-speed rough milling with Agile 500 machine, which has been done. So the insert which has been used had run around 180 minutes. The chip volume removed is 161 centimeter square by minute. So as you can see, the total chip volume removed is around 30,000 centimeter square. And even after this extensive removal of chips, you will find that the deformation to be very, very low. That is less than 0.1 mm on flatness. And it provides you an excellent surface quality. It is just enough to avoid polishing. So even with the traditional milling also, it is very much possible. You don't always require an expensive or super expensive tools. So in traditional milling, you'll find that the deformation levels to be still larger. It is 0.4 mm deformation on flatness during rough milling. So this is a small video which we are done in an general tool room in Pune, India. So as you can see, 45 HRC material being milled out without any issues. So we have looked at how the Tulox is being manufactured. We have looked at what are the different surface engineering processes that the metal can take, and we also looked at what are the different cutting tools which has been required for machining of Tulox 44. So now let's delve into different areas where Tulox has been used in different cold forming applications. So this graph is very predominant and very much required for how on the uniqueness of the material and how it is being useful in your day-to-day tooling. So this graph gives you an idea when comparing Tulox with ESR material along with an ordinary tool steel. So as you can see, the ordinary tool steel, which is available here, which is being manufactured with standard ingot cast steel. So the area of inclusion is very high, which is relatively less when compared to when you have a bearing steel. And it is even more lesser when you have an ESR, which is a remelted steel. Tulox is not a remelted steel, but you still find that the area of inclusions level to be on par with an ESR material, which means the cleanliness level of the material is very high. And once the cleanliness level of the material is high, your application depth and what it can offer to your application is also increases manifold. So this is in Tulox 44 plus D2, which has been compared. So as you can see that as we have already mentioned that Tulox 44, all the properties is being guaranteed. So you have a minimum toughness guarantee of 18 joules, where there is none in compared to D2. So all the other parameters being taken into account, and you will find that there is a last column called CE values, which is 0.97 for Tulox and 4.25 for D2, which basically states that CE is the carbon equivalent value for the material. So any material which has less than 1 is very much easy for thermal cutting as well as welding. So those who are using D2 would be very much knowing that it's difficult for you to handle welding with D2. So that's not the case with the Tulox 44. Both welding as well as thermal cutting is also very much easy for Tulox 44. So this is an additional graph. So this is one important area in which we have keep stressing on the fact that Tulox 44, if at all you have any cracking issues or chipping problem in your current cold forming material, then you have a ready-made solution right in front of you in the form of Tulox. And how it's been done, and since the toughness value is very high when compared to your regular traditional tool steels, so this graph just validates whatever we have been saying. So Tulox 44 at 45 HRC will give you a good result. But parallel to that, a Tulox 44 plus an induction hardened at 58 HRC also gives you a much better results even compared to your powder coated steel or even your ESR steel. So that's the kind of the options that the metal can offer to you. So we keep saying that the material of Tulox 44 is very much high tough as well as ductile. So you find that even in the cases of not only use against your D2 or a modified D2 version, even for your PM coated steel also, there is possibility to replace your Tulox if you have your application been chosen wisely. So as you can see, the laser hardened Tulox 44 or PVD or CVD coated Tulox 44, what you find is as this coated steel, you find the toughness values to be very high also, as well as the wear resistance also very high, even compared to both your conventional steels as well as your powder metallurgy steels also. So this, we have done our own research, and based on our extensive input that we have received from across the globe, that we have made this particular parameters, which will give you a very detailed study of what you can use depending upon which application, and uh, based on what you want out of the material. So if your sheet thickness is less than 500 MPa sheet, and if you are going to use for forming application, then you will find that 2LOX 44 is more than enough. And you will find that if you use more than 500 MPa sheet, and if it is less than 15 mm, you can use laser hardening method. And if your sheet thickness is more than 550 MPa, but sheet thickness being less than 8 mm, then also you can use laser hardening. So depending upon what exactly the sheet thickness you use, the tensile of the sheet thickness and the thickness of the sheet thickness can decide on your particular application. So what you have is, as we discussed, that two different grades of 2LOX is available, 2LOX 33 and 2LOX 44. So 2LOX 33 is basically that you will be able to replace your P20 plate, sulfur and NMAX, and IMPACS and NMAX grade of steels. Wherein 2LOX 44 grade will be able to replace your 2714 Q&T, and you can replace your D2, D3, O1 and O2, and you can replace against your shock resistant steels such as S7, A2 and HCR. And as we discussed on the previous lines, you will be able to replace against your powder metallurgical steels such as 4-WAN as well as 8-WAN. So this gives you a comprehensive source of information wherein which that you will be able to play with the material that you have in one grade of 2LOX, wherein which the application is mind-boggling. When you start using it, you yourself will be able to appreciate the quality in which that the material is able to provide you. So this is for Ford car chases 3mm DC04. So this one more important activity for these kind of chases kind of component is that you will be able to do it in a monoblock. The reason why tool makers prefer to go, or now going within different kind of segments is that you're not sure about the quantity of the quality of the metal that you are going to get. At the same time that you feel that if something goes wrong, that you can choose that particular component and replace with another. Since with 2LOX 44, what you get is a guaranteed version of all the properties. So you need not worried about the quality of the material which you have in hand. So that gives you an ample evidence as well as the additional confidence which is required on this particular thing. So you will be able to do in a monoblock. So you need not do, for example, if you're having 1.5 meter length of tool for this, then you need to do 5 or 6 different compartments. So which is not required for 2LOX, which can be done in one single piece. So even for your commissioning also, it will decrease your costing as well as the time. It will also improve your timing in commissioning. So 2LOX 44 plus nitriding, again it's monoblock being used. So different components of a die Bosch washing machine. So this is for Scania truck. So this is Audi A8 B pillar. So this is the common area where you will find this. You will find welding usually being done because of cracking. So which will not happen with Tulox. So die for stamping heat protection shield. So 2.2 millimeter of S355. So let's delve into some of the deep draw application. So this is the another monoblock which has been done with Tulox 44. So this has been done for two-wheeler fuel tank die made in monoblock with Tulox 44. So this is for an Honda SP Shine model. So it's another deep drawing die. Some of the similar components which has been made. So we are seeing at the forming application, we have seen some of the deep drawing applications. Let's look into some of the cutting applications. So when you have, so once you have a cutting application in front of you, so again, what you had for the tabulation that you had for forming, so you have the tabulation again for the cutting. So here, which gives you a much clearer idea of which grade of Tulox you can use, and again with which kind of surface treatment that you want to really use it. The sheet metal thickness between 0 to 3 and 3 to 6, and you can use up to 15 mm. So once it crosses 10 mm, then it is suitable to use with Tulox 44 plus induction hardening. So as we had already mentioned that Tulox 44 is very much useful for the carbon equivalent metal is less than 1. So which means that it is going to be very much useful for your thermal cutting as well as your welding. So let's see how it has been easily cut within. So this is an 120 mm Tulox beam gas cut without any problem. So if you have any particular shape or profile which is need to be made, you need not take a square and then measure it to the required dimension. You can just cut to these required dimensions fully and then only measure it out the heat affected zone. So that will bring down your total manufacturing time considerably. So this is a laser hardened, induction hardened edge, 0.9 mm sheet metal cutting. So as you can see that the initial is D2, which is being used at 58 HRC. The total pieces is 20,000. The failure mechanism is cracking. So then we have used Tulox 44 plus induction hardening at 57 HRC. It has run for 50,000 pieces. The failure is not cracking. It is no wear. But at Tulox 40 plus induction hardening at 80,000 pieces, the failure is only wear, but not cracking. So as you can see that the metal Tulox 40 plus laser hardened can also achieve very excellent results for this one. So here it has given tool life of 1 lakh shots without any regrinding. So previously it has to be regrinded for every 2000 to 3000 shots, which was very cumbersome. And even though it was an expensive material, which it has to be done with the same process, which was taken care with Tulox 44. And these are some of the pieces which has been done with Tulox. Now let's see some of the Tulox used in progressive dies. This is Dulux in action in 0.75 mm galvanized foaming tool. So we have come to the end of the webinar. So the key takeaways out of this webinar for us is, so we have looked into the quality of the manufacturing process of how Dulux has been manufactured into. So there is no heat treatment required for the material, which means you can save a lot of money and time. You can feel that this is a pre-hardened version of cold working steel. And we have also looked into complete spectrum of applications, both deep draw, forming, cutting, and bending. And we also looked into the case studies from across the globe. Thank you once and all for patient listening during the course of the webinar. Hope you liked our webinar. So if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute your mic and please raise your questions.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Stalin.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, piece of 0.7 or 0.9 sheet thickness got one just because in like 80K.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, you showed one this thing, right? You showed one piece, one die, which was used for around 0.9 or 0.7 sheet thickness, which got one for 80K parts, right?
Yeah.
So what it was 57 or 60?
You mean to say this one?
Yeah. This one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.9 sheet thickness. So what was the material? Which material was they using?
It should be, I mean, I don't know the exact material. It should be
Okay.
SS, I think. Yeah. If you want, I can.
They're doing SS. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was the SPM, sir? SPM of the machine?
Sir, SPM, I really don't know. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
all.
Actually, material. Actually, if we use any 57 case hardened or anything, fully hardened material for high speed stamping, which runs around 600, 700 SPM.
It should not be. It should not be an issue for SPM, sir. Absolutely no problem.
No, actually, the thing is that you said there is some wear depending upon the relative velocity of the action that is being going on, right?
No. I mean, this particular thing, the only thing which I wanted to showcase is, as you can see that with D2, at 20,000 pieces, the failure mode of failure, it was cracking. So that cracking didn't occur even at 80,000 pieces. So at 80,000
there is only wear.
Yeah, only wear.
There is only wear. Then we need to again resharp it.
Yeah, resharpen it. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, so okay. So we can you use this steel for high speed stampings? Like we are facing some problems for our tools. So some press fit parts we have. Press fit parts, right? In press tools, we have press fit parts for Hella and all.
Sure.
So actually, we are facing some problem with all these tools. I actually wanted to try this also. I would like to recommend this after going to the whole webinar.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
You can use it, sir.
Okay. Is there any catalog or anything very separately which can define any of your steel for metal stamping, sheet metal, high speed stamping actually, to be more specific?
I can share it, sir. With the
yeah. That will be very helpful, sir. Thank you.
Sir. Sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, Stalin.
Hello. Yes, sir.
This is Mohan Sundaram from DADC.
Yes, sir.
This Dulux 44 is basically, what is the basic hardness before induction hardening?
45, sir.
45 HRC.
Yeah, 45.
Okay. After induction hardened, it will go up to only 57. Okay.
Yes, sir. 55 to 57.
Can we use the steel in fine banking parts? Fine banking tool elements?
Absolutely, sir. You can use it. What is the sheet thickness, sir, that you're
But
using?
the hardness is very, I think, very less. 57 HRC is basically low for fine blanking. Can we go up to 60?
Sir, I mean, what is the current thickness that you use?
Thickness we are using from 2 mm to 8 mm.
Sir, you can try with Trulux 40 plus induction hardening. It should work.
Induction hardening, but hardness, what you are saying is 57 HRC max, correct?
Yes, sir. 55 to 57 charge.
That will not work for our fine blanking tool clearance, which we are maintaining 1% clearance between punch and die.
Okay.
That's what I am asking. Can we increase the hardness up to 60? Is it possible?
Sir, induction hardening, I really need to check whether we can increase because so far whatever we have is we have increased up to 55 to 57. Only, I mean, in night riding we can increase it to 60, 60, 62 HRC. Even in laser hardening also, yeah, laser hardening also you can increase up to 60, 62, 62 HRC. But induction hardening, I think 57 is this one.
This one is the option.
Yeah, because one advantage is you get. Sorry.
Yeah, tell me.
The one advantage is that you get the depth of hardness to be very high in induction hardening, 2 to 4 mm. Yeah.
2 to 4 mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Hardness depth.
Yeah, hardness depth. So that will all that is what will help you out and
Yes,
moving.
sir.
Yeah.
For where? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Sure, sir. Thank you. If anybody else has any further questions, please free to ask us. You can also write to us in marketing@swedishsemisteel.com. Does anybody else has any further questions? So all the attendees you will receive a miniature version of this particular the details which we have shown. So once you feel that you have any further questions in future course of time, you can write to us. So I think so if you don't have any further questions, so I thank once again on behalf of team Swedish Semi Steel, on behalf of myself. We thank one and all for attending this webinar. Hope you liked it. Let's gather once again during another occasion. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Hello, Stalin.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Again, Mohan Sundara. What is the rate per kg? 2 lakhs 44?
2 lakhs 44, 470, sir.
470.
Sir.
Okay.